Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Raffica again. So I'm gonna make another episode in my series about my dreams that I have. And so, well, first off, let me just mention I chose some COD 4 gameplay just because I didn't have anything from Black Ops 2, and so that's basically it. There's no other reason for it. So basically, the dream that I had, it was actually really weird, and I think I know why I had it. It was basically a combination of like Huckleberry Finn, because we had to read that in school, and also we were learning about the Civil War. So I think this commentary might be like a combination of those two things. Or, sorry, not this commentary, this dream that I had. So, basically how it started off, starting from the part where I can remember, because I couldn't remember the first half of the dream. But I know, like, I could just tell in my dream that I was white, like I was my normal skin color. And so I was running around, like, it was like this castle area, and it had really big hedges and like stone floors, and all I remember is that I was on like a mission to kill someone, and I don't know who it was, but I was like a hitman, and it wasn't medieval times, it was just a medieval setting. So we had like there was guns, and I guess, as you'll find out later, SWAT team. And so basically I stumbled across this like lighthouse, and I think the person in the lighthouse was the person I was supposed to kill. But he was basically this old man, and he had like a little bit of balding going on in the middle, some, gray hair, but he didn't really look that old. He looked, like 40s or something, but he just had like gray hair with the balding patch in the middle. So basically I stayed in the lighthouse with him for like a week, and I think I was going to try to assassinate him at some point. And then at some point during this week, in my dream, I turned black. And I'm not sure how this happened. It just did. And I just could feel it in my dream. Like, I knew I wasn't white anymore. So basically, he said that he was going to smuggle me out of the country so I could get to free land. Like, it was like there were still slaves and everything. And so it was basically like the Underground Railroad, and I had to be smuggled out. And so he put me on this raft, and this is where I think Huckleberry Finn came in. So he puts me on this raft, and it's not like a wooden raft from Huckleberry Finn. It's like a blow-up raft like you'd use to get out of an airplane if it crashed in the water. Or just one that you'd use to go down rapids or whatever. Just an inflatable raft. And it was in this big, it was like huge underground room with like metal walls, like stainless steel metal walls all around it. And it was just the entrance underground from his lighthouse, and then there was 4 different pathways, like a swimming pool, how it has those buoys sometimes for doing laps or whatever. It had it like that, but instead of buoys, they were like landmines, like a ball on a chain underwater. It was like those, and they came kind of up to the surface, so if you hit them with the raft, they blow up. And I didn't see this happen, but I just knew it would happen in my dream. And so I started going down, and the funny thing is the raft was actually the same size as me. And so I started going down, and everything was normal. And also, the old man, he wasn't with me in the raft, but I could hear him talking to me, like, in my head, and giving me instructions about things. So, basically, he was just saying, oh, just keep going straight, you're gonna get to the end, and you'll be free, or whatever. And so I kept going straight, and then he said, you shouldn't have to worry about any landmines as long as you stay in your lane. And then about, like, 100 yards up, I started seeing landmines in my way. So I had to duck underwater with the raft. And I could go like 10 feet underwater with the raft for some reason, even though it goes against physics. And I was dodging these landmines underwater. And eventually, the straight path, which had seemed endlessly straight, took a turn for whatever reason. It just did. And then I started going on the turn, and then the water started rising, like the level started rising, and I was completely underwater with the raft. So again, no physics applied to this dream. And then I saw a little opening up above. And I was thinking about going up there and maybe escaping early, and then I remembered that the old man said, just make it to the end and you'll be free. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to go up there. So I passed it, and then I looked back. Well, first I heard in my head, the old man's like, good, it's a good thing you didn't go up there, you would have been captured or whatever. I was like, okay, so I looked back up, and there was a dude standing up there with like a AK-74U, the little AK-47 type rifle from Black Ops, the original one, and he was just standing up there with it. And so I knew if I'd gone up there, I would have been captured. So far, everything the old man had told me, or the old young man, I should say, so far, everything he told me had been true. and so I kept going, and I made it all the way to the end, and there was these big metal doors, like the kinds that when a semi-truck backs up to put food in a store or whatever, they're kind of the grate goes up or whatever, and it's a big metal door. It was the same type as those, except for the one I got to, there was ones on, like I said, there was landmines on either side of me in these little swimming paths, and by this time the water had gone back down, the water level had gone back down, and it was kind of slowly going down even more, like it was being drained. And so on either side of me there was the landmines, and I couldn't really like get to those doors, but on my door it was a bunch of lights and a bunch of wiring. So I got up to the door, and the old man just said, push the button on the door and it'll open, you can be free. So I pushed the button on the door, and then I just hear kind of this like really loud laughter in my ears, and it's the old man just laughing because the door wouldn't open when I pushed the button. And so I turned around, and there's a SWAT team right there like to capture me. So basically I think the old man knew from the very beginning I was trying to kill him, and so he wanted to mess with me and sit me down like he was gonna let me be free, and then he sent the SWAT team on me like at the very last minute and wouldn't let me through. So I decided to go left and kind of make my way around the landmines or whatever and open another door, which it was already open, but it had started to close, like because he didn't want me to get out, and I made it through just in time, and it was a really bright white light. And then right before I made it out, my alarm clock went off and woke me up. And I think that's the only reason that I remember this dream. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Comment on a dream that you guys, or comment to me a dream that you guys had. And yeah, just remember, if you guys aren't subscribed, to subscribe and just leave a like on this video. Thanks for listening, everybody. Peace.